Hi friends, hope you enjoyed my previous sessions of data mining. So in the last session, I discussed FP growth algorithm theory part. So in this session, I'm going to explain about FP growth example. So if you missed my previous session, so that is on FP growth theory part, please kindly watch the video which is available on the above given link. Now, FP growth algorithm. Given transactional database is as follows. So in given transactional databases, I given two attributes, that is TID, item broad. So in TID, so there are 5 transactions from T1 to T5. Same way, so in each and every transaction has its own items. So for example, so I given KADB items available in T1 transaction, DACEB in T2, ACBE in T3, BDE in T4, ADB in T5 transaction, right? So now see, so I'm going to do is L order list. So how we'll get L order list means depending on the frequency of item, an L order list consisting of frequent item sets that are sorted in descending order or decreasing order are defined. The L order of given transaction database as follows. L is equal to B5, A4, D4, E3, C2, K1. How we'll get this item count means now B5. So initially what you are going to do is first identify the unique items in the transactional database. So what are the unique items? K, A, D, B. So these are the unique items in transactional T1. So in T2 also D, A, C, E, B. So in transactional databases D is available, right? A is also available, C is not available. Now unique values up to T2 transaction K, A, D, B, C. So now E is not available in transaction T1. So now consider E also. B is already existed in T1 transaction. Now K, A, D, B, C, E. So up to transaction T2. So these are the unique items. Now consider T3, A is available, C is available, B is also available, E already existed. In T4, B, D, E existed. A, D, B already existed. Now identify the unique items in the given transactional database. So those are B, A, D, E, C, K. So unique items in the transactional databases. So now identify the count of unique items in the transactional databases. Means entire table you are going to consider count of the each and every unique item. Now B5. Now find out count is B1, that is available in transaction T1. B2 is available in T2. B is available in T3. B is available in T4. B is available in T5. Now count of B is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's the reason I given here B5. Now find out A also. A is available in T1, A is available in T2, A is available in T3, A is available in T5. So now count is 4. Find out D. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is available. Now E. 1, 2, 3. 3. Item count is 3 for E. Now C. 1, 2. Only 2. Find out K. K is only 1, right? Yes. Now L order list is B5, A4, D4, E3, C2, K1. So now I arranged that are sorted in descending order or decreasing order. L, B5, A4, D4, E3, C2, K1. So this is the L order list we are going to do first by using transactional databases. Now see, they give the minimum support count is 60%. So what you are going to do to find out minimum count, minimum item set count? So obviously 60 by 100 into 5. How will you get 5? There are 5 transactions in the table T1, T2, T3, T4. Now 60 by 100 into 5. What is the count? What is the answer here? 3, right? So now only those items are to be considered whose frequency value is greater than or equal to 3. Greater than or equal to 3. So in the L order list, see if we get the item threshold 3, right? So now consider only greater than or equal to 3. So greater than or equal to 3 values only are going to consider here. Now B5, A4, D4, E3, right? So now, so what about K and C? So these are the greater than or equal to 3. Is this right or wrong? Yes. So obviously you are going to eliminate C value and K value. So E is 3, greater than or equal to 3. So you can consider the value, that is E is equal to 3. So that's the reason B5, A4, D4, E3. So I kept as it is. Now see, B5, A4, D4, E3. So this is the way we are going to find L order list, that too in decreasing order only. B5, A4, D4, E3. So now see, first step, constructing an FP tree. So in the first step, obviously root is equal to null. As we know that the tree construction starts with the creation of root node, which is assigned a null value. First initially, so if you construct a FP tree, obviously root must be null. Root is equal to null value. So in the second step, the items in each transaction are processed to add new branches into the tree. So now from the transaction T1 to T5, we are going to add as branches into the tree for root is equal to null. Every transaction results in the creation of a branch, right? The order of processing the item in each transaction is according to the L order list. So obviously, so as I discussed earlier, now how you will get L order. So now find out the unique items and find out the item count in each and every transaction. So that in L order list rather than the order of items appending into the transactional database. You have to add for transaction for an existing root. Now see, so this is actually important. Step 2, the first transaction T1 ADB. So what is the transaction here? KADB. So actual table, this one T1 transaction KADB. So but here in transaction T1 I considered only ADB. So why I consider, what is the value of K? 1, right? So now final order is this one, right? L is equal to B5, A4, D4, E3. So this is greater than or equal to 3. So we have to consider only greater than or equal to 3. So but here, so this is less than 3, right? That's the reason I eliminated. So only remaining items are A, D, B. So now again arrange the L order list. Now what is the value of A here? 4. D value 4. Now B is equal to 5. So that is the reason rearranged L is equal to B5, A4, D4. So you have to do like this, right? So now hence the order of T1 is equal to BAD. Now a new branch is created for an existing root, right? What is the initial value of root? Null. The first transaction where B has a left child and D is linked to A as it is left child. After every transaction, the support count of the respective transaction item is incremented by 1. So you have to count the value of incremented by 1. Now B become as 1, A1, D1. Because this is initial node, we are appending this transaction T1 to first initial, that is root. So you will get how to construct a frequent pattern growth algorithm, right? Now initial is null. Now appended B1, A1, D1. So this is the tree. So that in left B1, A1, D1. Now you will get idea. Now step 3. So now we have to consider transaction T2 now here. The second transaction T2 is equal to DAEB is considered in the L order list. What is the final L order list here? B5, A4, D4, E3. So now see DACEB. So but here DAEB. So what about C? C is not available in the L order list. Why? Because what is the value of C? Obviously less than 3. So that's the reason I eliminated. So what is the D value? 4. A value 4. E value 3. B is 5. So now arrange the L order list. That is BADE. Now B5, A4, D4, E3. Since the path BAD. So in this list BAD already existed. How means BAD. So already direct path is available. So in that cases, since the path A, B, A, D already exists, there is no need to create a new branch. So why we have to create new branch? So already B, A, D already existed. So just you are appending that into existing branch, right? So now what is the value of b there? See, incremented by one value. See, if path is not available, that value will become incremented by one only. Now you will get idea. Branch of those items, but the support count value of the respective item must be incremented by 1, b2, a2, d2. So why incremented by 1? Already existed path is available. Now it will become as a b2, a2, d1. Then what about e? So in this case there is no e, right? So now value of e is 1 only, right? Now the item e is linked as the left child of d, and e is initialized the support count value of equal to 1, that is e is equal to 1. Now see, b2, a2, d2 appended e1. Clear? So appended incremented by 1. So already BAD is available in transaction T2. BAD. So E is not available. That's the reason value is E1. Clear? So this is step 3. Now step 4. The third transaction T3. ABE. Transaction T3. ACBE. C I eliminated. Why? Because so in the L order list there is no C. So this value is less than or equal to 3. So that's the reason I eliminated C value, right? A, B. What is the A value? 4. B value 4. E value 3. So again rearrange the value, L order list. B, A, E. B value 4. Sorry, B value 5. A value 4. E value 3. Since the path BA already existed, BA is existed, right? Where BA is existed, but E is not in continuing to the existing branch. So D is breaked, right? So now the path is goes like this, right? B2, A2. Now see, so what is the value of B here? So already B value 2. So what is the value of A? Already A is 3. Now in the step 4, so it is incremented by 1. B, what is the value? 3. A, 3. So what is the value of A? So already E1 is existed, but not is this in order. So what I am going to do is exist. There is no need to create a new branch for these items, but the support count value of the respective item must be incremented by 1. Now the support count value of BA is 3, 3 respectively. The item E is linked as the right child of A and E. E is initialized the support count value of 2, 1. Now see, B3, A3. So now only BA is available, not BAE, right? That's the reason E is right side. Now D2, E1. Now see in step 5, BDE. The transaction T4 with order BDE result in creating of new branch from BD, where D is linked as a right child of B. B is available, D is also available, E is also available. So now the support count value of the items BDE are 4, 1, 1 respectively. Is BDE is available path? So only B is available. So already B is available in existing, but not BDE. So how will get B incremented by 4? Next right side, D is equal to 1, D is 1, E is 1, like this. D is 1, E is 1. Say in case, say in transactional BA available, if BA is available, then so now it will be appended with the right side, right? But only B is available. That's the reason B4, D4, E1. Clear? And now step 6. So in transaction T5, ADB. The fifth transaction result in an increment of the support count of items BAD. So again, see if it is L order list, we need not to rearrange, right? So in case if it is not in L order list, obviously you are going to rearrange based on the decreasing order. Now B5, A4, D3, right? This is because the path BAD already existed. In case already BAD existed means incremented by 1 value. So now see so BAD is existed. Now B5, A4, D3. Now see B5, A4, D3. Clear? So this is the way we can construct a FP growth algorithm tree. Clear? So like this you have to arrange the tree. Next, in the end, you are going to create a table called creating a count table. The count of each node is maintained in a separate table. The table consists of the columns item ID, count, and a node link is used to point to the occurrence of node in the tree. Now see, so this is the final tree, right? Right. Now BADE. So why I consider here? So less than or equal to 3 only you have to, less than 3 you are going to eliminate, greater than or equal to 3 is you have to consider. B5, A4, D4, E3. Now see in the first table, B5, A4, D4, E3. Same way B5, A4, D4, E3. Now this is the construction. See, you will get here. Now B5. So now path to this row B5. Right? Is there any B available? No, right? Now count is 5. Here also count. A4. A4. So there is no A. Right? Now this is also considered. D4. So here D is 3. Now find out here also D is available. 3 plus 1. 4. Now E3. Now E is available 1, 2, 3. So like that, so you are going to create a count table. So hope you understand the concept of FP growth algorithm and FP growth example, constructing a FP tree. Thank you for your attention.